I hate this entitled kid. Not entitled parent, but entitled kid. There's this annoying kid in my class that has needed my Chromebook charger for 2 weeks straight. I've let him, but today I finally decided it should end. When he asked, I said that he's needed it for 2 weeks straight and he should charge it at home. He called me a piece of shit. I said that calling me that doesn't help him getting it in the future. My friend agreed. He then asked for a pen to borrow, which he also frequently asked for. I again said no. I might have said yes if he didn't call me a piece of shit. He muttered something and I just ignored him. No, you can't close your door and have your privacy. This isn't really a story, but I just wanted to post this. So only last year, I got my own room. Before it was a connected room with my brother, and it only had a tiny shelf in the middle. I moved to my brother's side of the room, because the other side was really annoying, because everyone who walked on the road just stared at me or stopped and just kept staring. Probably because I always have headphones and they probably think I'm playing. Now that I have my own room, I want to keep my door shut, just like my brother wants to. The door isn't the typical kind of door, it has no lock and it's a sliding door. When my mum's come home and it's closed, she'll just open it and say that it can't be closed. Some of her reasons been that we will suffocate and it'll be too hot. I can only keep the door closed if I'm playing with my friends. Even then, she's against it. When she comes in when I'm playing, she knocks and then 0.002 seconds later opens the door. I don't have anything really to hide, but it's just annoying when I'm watching something or whatever, and she's in the kitchen reading or something. She can clearly see my monitor and me. She spends about 6% of her time there when home. My brother's room is even worse. It can be seen from the kitchen and the living room, which my dad spends 95% of his time when home. Black Friday at Chuck E. Cheese. It was honestly one of the most terrifying 9 to 5 shifts I've had so far. I was bombarded by all kinds of ill-mannered and rude parents and guardians. We were swamped from the moment the door was unlocked, and worst of all, I'm written as unavailable on Fridays, but had to pull a 9 to 5 regardless. The first person I dealt with had yelled at me to get up at the counter demanding that I serve her. When I apologised and said I was the store's tech, she simply demanded I found someone who would serve her. I was chewed up by another guest that the place was a mess. It was disgusting and it looked like we didn't care. She demanded to know whose job it was. I apologised and said that it's a portion of my job when I'm not behind multiple games trying to get them back online. As soon as I say this, she continues griping, saying that I wasn't doing my job right and that she'd like to speak to management about it. The entire day went exactly like that, not a single good customer, just demand after demand after demand. Crazy Thigh Lady. I used to work in KFC for a very short period of time. During my time there I encountered a customer called the Crazy Thigh Lady. Every now and then KFC has a promotion for 9 pieces of chicken for $9.95 deal on Tuesdays. These were almost our busiest days. Each bucket is supposed to contain 2 wings, thighs, ribs, legs and 1 breast. However, as anyone that's worked there knows, that's not going to happen most of the time due to other products being sold. Every now and again you'd have customers demanding certain pieces. The funniest I heard was 9 breasts. Dream on, bud. Anyway, to the Crazy Lady, she comes in one night and orders a few of the 9 for $9.95 deals and requests as many thighs as possible to be put in. We managed to get her a few more thighs because it's not the most popular cut. When she collects her order in the window and sees she was only given 7 out of 19 pieces of thighs and goes mental, she starts yelling that her kids only eat thigh pieces and what is she supposed to do with the rest of these, etc, etc. And then she throws chicken through the window at us. Our manager gets called over and basically tells her to fuck off. She did come back to order from us still, and still requested her thighs, but never misbehaved again. I think out of fear from being banned at the only KFC around near us. Ian yells at son in the middle of church and makes him cry. For context, this is not my story, this is not my brother's story. This is my classmate's older brother's story. We were rehearsing for our church's Christmas programme when this happened. I do not even like this boy. He's always been rude and arrogant, not to mention acting in the middle of class. But after seeing this, I can't help but wonder if he is emotionally abused, because his younger siblings act the same way. For those who don't know, abused children will act out to get attention. On to the case. Ian is entitled minge, US is upset some. Now US has a solo in one song, but it's slightly outside of his range. He tried to make his voice go to the range, causing it to crack. Ian was a music teacher, and as soon as rehearsal was left out, Ian starts screaming at him in the middle of the foyer, where everyone can see them. This is the little I heard before we hurried out of there to try and not embarrass him further. I've taught you for years how to sing. You've been rehearsing this song for months. How could you mess it up? US didn't even respond. He just sat down and started crying. I don't care if he messed up. He was upset enough about it. Then his mother started yelling at him in public. You never yell at your child in public, and you never yell at your child for trying to make something perfect. My stepfather stole my grandmother's pain medication. My grandmother has diabetes and peripheral neuropathy. The nerve endings in the hands and feet of the sufferers die, and most patients are stuck with chronic pain from the dead nerves. My grandmother takes a small dose of methadone to help with the pain. The medication is a controlled substance, and it is one of the medications that is sought after by opiate addicts. My nana always takes a safe dose, and has to go to a special clinic to get the medication refilled. You can't get more refills outside of your prescription. This is important. When my mother and stepfather met, he recently got out of jail for theft and armed robbery. He robbed pharmacies for pain medications. He was an opioid addict. He served some years in jail, and soon after their relationship started, he moved into my grandmother's house with my siblings and I. My stepfather would steal the whole prescription on multiple occasions, leaving my grandmother in severe pain for weeks so that he can get his drug fix. My mother watched this happen and did not do anything about it. She knew the pain that it caused my grandmother, but she didn't care. My grandmother bought a safe to keep her medication in, but my stepfather, any hiding place she can come up with, was eventually discovered and raided. The medication was not the kind that can be refilled easily, so she had to wait until the next refill to be able to treat the pain from her condition. My parents have also taken it upon themselves to steal my grandmother's money in recent times. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead. I always see them. I always enjoy engaging with them. You can subscribe if you want, if you choose to. No, there's no pressure to. Or you can click one of the other videos on the screen now. Or you may even have a favourite subreddit that you'd like covered.